Hello everybody, this is King KZ here, back at it again with the voiceover because I'm still not yet done unpacking after moving and fixing up everything in order to put the camera on. But today we are talking about Nami's power-up that she will probably have post Wano and what I expect to see. And this is just simply based off, once again, what I would enjoy. So don't take this as a theory that I think it's definitely going to happen, because this is mainly a theory based on what I would enjoy happening in the series. Now that I've said that, let's get into it and talk first about what I think is the situation with the best relationship in the story, actually, Nami x Zeus. Because it seems like that may be over, but it may come back. We're really not sure. Some people believe that Nami will get Zeus again. Some people believe that she will steal Zeus. Some people believe that Big Mom will be an ally and she will give Nami Zeus. And there are other theories going on. And I personally think, for me, is that I don't want Nami to have Zeus, honestly, because at the end of the day, right, I don't mind people getting power-ups from other objects, so like the raid suit or Frankie's Shogun and Usopp's pop greens. I don't mind people getting power-ups from other objects, other things, but I think the issue with Nami and Zeus in particular is that Zeus is part of Big Mom's soul. So Nami getting a power-up by basically getting a part or a piece of Big Mom, I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me. She can get it from an object, but let that object not be a piece of somebody else, right? So maybe if, I don't know, Big Mom takes a piece of Nami's soul and puts it into a cloud, and then Nami can have that. I wouldn't mind that, right? Now that's one way we could go post Wano, assuming that Big Mom becomes, I don't know, friends, allies, accepting of the Straw Hats or whatever. We could go that route and I won't be mad. I'll be fine with that, right? But I personally don't see Big Mom becoming friends or okay with the Straw Hats. So I think that's really low on the bucket list. I'm going to talk about a higher probability, which I thought might just happen in the series. If Nami does not get Zeus or does not leave with Zeus, which I don't want to happen and I don't think will happen now. Okay, so with Nami not getting Zeus, I think one of the most basic power-ups that I think Nami will have is just knowledge on weather, right? And I think on a macro scale as far as power, because Nami is all about weather, being a navigator, you know, going to Sky Island where she spent the 2-year time skip, and just all these things. So getting knowledge on how weather works is really great. And I think with Zeus, just by having Zeus and using Zeus as much as she has recently, I feel like she has gained a bit more on, you know, weather. And it's kind of like, not exactly, but kind of like Zoro and Enma, right? Because at this point, Zoro has learned, you know, a bit more haki control, a bit more about swords by just having Enma. To the point that if we took away Enma from Zoro and gave him some random other sword that's not special at all, Zoro would not become weaker than he was, like, or as weak as he was without Enma, before he got Enma. He still would have like gained something just from having Enma. I think it's the same thing with Nami and Zeus, where she's gained something as far as weather knowledge and use of, you know, thunder and clouds just from being with Zeus as long as she has. So I think number one, even if Zeus goes back and Nami goes back to just having what she had before Zeus, she will still be slightly better just for having that experience. Right? Now, number two, which is something which I think is only possible now that they're in Wano, and especially after they defeat Kaido. We know there's that period in which they kind of stay on the island, you know, they party, they have these talks. Maybe now that we're getting to the end game, they might give them some talks about Raftel, about opening one or whatever, you know. And during that period, I expect to see like some stuff, different stuff as far as power-ups for the Straw Hats. And now that I've said this, I think I'm just going to make a whole series about the Straw Hats powering up and how I expect them to power up after Wano. And not really about, you know, the main fighters, the monster trio, but more about the people like Nami, Usopp, Frankie, Chopper, these guys. I think I'll make a series about that and talk about it. And obviously today is going to be Nami. But like I was saying, In that time period, I think what could possibly happen, which would be really exciting, and I've never seen anyone talk about this, is Nami making her own kinds of clouds, right, to replace Zeus. Because we've seen how, you know, Nami and her whole aesthetic and some of her powers, we're following the son Wukong train, right? The Monkey King, the one who rides the clouds. Kind of like Goku from the Dragon Ball series, if you've seen that. Don't know, maybe some of you too young to have seen that, but we're following that train of that aesthetic for Nami's powers. With Zeus, that was perfect because Big Mom could ride Zeus, so obviously Nami could potentially be riding Zeus and fly like that as well. But like I said, I'm ignoring Zeus from now on. So what I think is possible, because we are in Wano, where there is Sea Stone, if you go back to the Skypiea arc, right? And I only got this because I rewatched the arc in the anime. I don't really reread arcs, I rewatch them. But if you go back to the Skypiea arc, when they just arrived and Pagaya was giving them the kind of explanation on how these sky islands are formed, the sea clouds, and the different types, the two different types, you know, there's the ones that make the island cloud and then the sea cloud, right? There's the two different types. And he explained how this formed. And he explained that in the sea stone or Karyoseki mineral, they are particles called something like that, right? Oh, Peropurine. I think that's it. There's those particles, and he's like, when those are expelled by volcanoes and they just release into the air, they come in contact with the moisture in the atmosphere, and that forms these sky islands. And sky islands support people, they create civilizations, and basically they're just dense enough for you to be on and control, but they are also essentially clouds at the end of the day that can be controlled and manipulate the weather. And I think now that we're in Wano, if we can go down a road once the fighting is finished, where Nami, you know, maybe explores this, right? She could essentially use the sea stone in Wano with her knowledge of clouds already in attempt to make these kinds of island clouds or sea clouds, which could be something, right? Along with the dials that Usopp got from Skypiea, we could see Nami making milky roads. We could see Nami making her own kind of, you know, new tempo techniques using these clouds, and we could get the son Wukong once again, right? Nami riding the cloud, the island clouds. And that would be really great because one, she's not relying on Big Mom. Two, it's her own power and she can use what she learned from having Zeus. She can still create the thunder clouds, the dense clouds. You know, she could have an attack because of how dense these clouds are and the darkness that they bring. You know, whenever they appeared on Jaya, she could have an attack where she shrouds her opponent in darkness essentially, and then shocks them like that, creates confusion, which is really good and really interesting to see, especially for small fries and maybe for slightly stronger opponents, right? Because she could use the clouds as a kind of shield. As we've seen, they're really good for shields. They're really, what's his name? The priest in Skypiea, there was Om who used it like barbed wire. That stuff was cutting people. There were the surprise balls that Satori used. And there was the string that I forgot what his name, the guy who used to ride the bird in Skypiea. He used it as string, which could trap people and, you know, grown people, armies of people. Okay, so this is a bit of a tangent, but honestly in Skypiea, I think between Shura was his name with the bird again, and Om, we have an early Doflamingo, because both the way Shura uses Ordeal of Strings is quite reminiscent of Doflamingo, and Om's bird cage, honestly, that is the bird cage that Doflamingo used, just an early design by Oda. And I think there's a really great path that Nami could go down if she tries to, you know, attempts to create these island clouds. Of course, she's with Frankie, she can get help, and possibly have this amazing power-up in Wano. Apart from just sticking with Zeus and just having the huge thunderbolts every once in a while, you know, it's more interesting to see her gain a very wide range of attacks Of course, none of these are going to be as strong as Zeus because Zeus is made from Big Mom's soul, but I think it will be still a great power up, many different techniques, still all of them would be strong and helpful, make her more versatile at the end of the day. And that's what we love to see. Honestly, that's what I love to see. I don't know, maybe you love to see it as well, but guys, this was just my thought. And you know, tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you just think that, okay, you know what, Zeus is just the nice option, let's just stick with Zeus, we don't need to explore anything else? Let me know all your thoughts down below. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe for more content. If you know someone who needs to hear the truth, share this video with them. If you have time, watch one more video. If not, thank you for watching this video to the end, guys. This is King KZ, and I'll see you in the next one.